Hi, I'm Wendy Valencia. Today we are going to hit 20 things that rich people don't want you to know. And some of these are logical and some of these are probably going to be surprising to you. So, number one, becoming rich takes time. A lot of time. Nobody becomes rich overnight. Even the people you see whose, let's say, YouTube channels take off overnight and all of a sudden they have a million subscribers and they're making hand over fist money. 9 times out of 10, they have several failed channels in their history. Number two, investing in the stock market is a huge part of wealth building. I don't care who you are. If you are wealthy, you are probably investing in the stock market in one way or another. It's not that you can't make a lot of money without investing in the stock market. You absolutely can. However, once you start making lots of money, you realize the return rate on investments when you invest in the stock market. And you start to try and learn those things because you want your money to make money for you. Number three, they have multiple income streams. And I'm not talking like his salary and her salary or his business and her business. I'm talking like 10 income streams each within businesses, real estate, investments, and of course the ever famous passive income stream. You name it, they have it as an income stream. Number four, when it comes to financial decisions, they always do the math because sometimes that cost is actually worth it in the end. The fifth thing that rich people don't want you to know is they avoid carrying debt. It's true, it's difficult to carry debt and build significant wealth. Good wealth builders will get rid of the debt and use their profits to build up what they have. So let's say for real estate, you may take on a loan to get your first rental property, but you pay that property off and then you use the profit from that property to buy your next property. You don't want to have huge amounts of debt. You don't want to carry that debt around with you because debt is risk. Number six, they pay credit cards off in full every single month or don't have credit cards at all. The interest rate on credit cards is ridiculous, and carrying credit cards for the sake of carrying credit cards is not wise. If you are carrying credit cards without a plan, you are putting yourself at great risk. Now, I don't care if you have a credit card or not, as long as you're responsible with your credit card. And if you can't pay your credit card in full every month, you should not have a credit card. Number seven, greater risks means greater rewards. Risky investments are the ones that will help you build the most amount of wealth. However, they're also risky for a reason because there is a great potential for loss. So you have to be in a financial position where you can afford to lose money before you take these super risky investments. Number eight, they build wealth above all else. Off the top, before they do anything with their money every month, they are putting it towards wealth building. That is the essential concept behind pay yourself first. Build that wealth. Always. That's one of the reasons why we have our retirement money and our investment money pulled out of all of our income before it ever hits our checking account. Number nine, value is more important than cost. Yes, overall value is always going to be more than how much you pay for something. And it can be a personal value or it can be a future value. Whatever it is, the value of something is important for you to consider. The 10th thing that rich people don't want you to know is that if you're working for somebody else, your potential for income is always going to be lower. You want to be your own boss. You cannot limit your income potential when you are your own boss. When you work for somebody else, there is almost always a ceiling of some sort. And sure, you can have great income, but there's always a ceiling. There's always a max amount of money you're going to make. So owning your own business is by far the best way to earn the big bucks. Number 11, they're going to always buy higher quality items that last longer. No matter how frugally minded the wealthy person is, they realize that if they spend, $50 on cheap pots and pans, they're going to have to replace them in a couple of years. So they are better off spending $200 or $500 on pots and pans that they won't have to replace ever again. There is a cost to benefit ratio. Number 12, they do things that take care of their health, be it eating organic, going to the gym, working out with a personal trainer, eating a healthy, well-balanced vegan diet. You name it, there are a million ways you can take care of your health. But wealthy people realize that you are your greatest wealth builder. And if you can't do something because you're unhealthy, you lose access to your greatest wealth building asset. Number 13, insurance, insurance, insurance. Wealthy people carry a lot of insurance for pretty much everything. Take a note. You definitely want to make sure you have your insurance covered. And I'm not just talking homeowners insurance or renters insurance if they happen to be renting. I don't know very many people other than Ramit Sethi who are very wealthy that rent, but I'm sure it happens. But I'm also talking about disability insurance and liability insurance and pretty much any other insurance you can think of besides your typical homeowners and car insurance. Number 14, they eat at home. This kind of goes hand in hand with the taking care of your health, because when you eat at home, you eat a lot healthier on the whole. Not everybody does, but most people do. It's okay to do, every once in a while or a couple times a week. That's not such a big deal. But if you're eating out every single meal, you're spending a lot of money you don't need to be spending. Number 15, trading your time for money is a losing game. And this is what I mean by being your own boss. This is an important thing to remember, that if you have a team of people, those 24 hours that you have in the day, for each member of your team, you have an additional 24 hours. Well, let's say 8 hours, because you don't want to work your people to death. But for each team member, you just bought yourself an additional 8 hours every single day. So by building a team, all of a sudden you have his time and her time and his time and her time and her time and her time, not just your time. The 16th thing that rich people don't want you to know is that they use other people's money. I said it, because you can borrow $50,000 from a bank to do a $200,000 deal and pay that bank back as soon as that deal has gone through and still have a $150,000 profit. Number 17, quitters never win. And by this, I mean that you're going to lose money before you're going to make money. It happens to everyone. And it comes with the risk, it comes with the lack of knowledge. Very few people start out aggressively trying to build their wealth and don't lose their money. It's true, especially in the stock market. Until you know what you're doing, you're probably going to lose some money. So you need to be in a financial situation where you can afford to lose a little bit of cash. But conversely, if you quit before you start winning, you definitely won't make money. Number 18, every mistake's an opportunity to learn. So as I said, most people will fail before they win. So by saying that, I'm also saying that you have to learn from every single failure you have. And there's always something to learn from your failures. The 19th thing that rich people don't want you to know, attitude is everything. Because if you don't believe you're going to win, you won't. Because if you don't believe you're going to win, you're not going to take the risk that you need to take to succeed. So you have to truly believe deep, deep, deep down in your soul that you're going to succeed. And last but not least, the 20th thing that rich people don't want you to know is that how you start your day sets the tone for the entire rest of the day. So for me, every single morning I get up and I grab a cup of coffee and I go straight to work on my business, on the creative side of my business, the things that generate me income. Those are the things that I'm working on first thing in the morning, and that sets the tone for how I spend the rest of my day. So if you'd like to see how I spend my day, I'm going to point you to this video right here, which walks you through my day in the life. So I'll see you in the next one.